It's conference championship weekend in the college football world. Two of these games, major playoff implications. You're looking at the Big 12 and the Pac 12, essentially playing games for the college football playoff. If USC can avenge their loss earlier in the season against Utah, they're in. And TCU, despite being undefeated, the College Football Playoff Committee does not respect them and needs the Horned Frogs to win, and then they'll finally put them in once and for all. TCU is going to have to take down Kansas State. And then there's a couple other conference championships that may not have postseason implications in the way that the Big 12 and Pac 12 do, but man, are they fantastic games. You have the ACC, you have the SEC, and you have the Big 10, all of which are some fantastic games, some bigger spreads, but that gives you the opportunity to make some money. Breaking down the Pac-12 championship, USC's taking on Utah. These two teams faced off earlier in the season, and Utah came away with a narrow 1-point victory. USC comes into this one. They need to win to make it into the college football playoff, and Caleb Williams has to have a solid game, or he could honestly have an all right game, and he's winning the Heisman. So a lot on the line for the Trojans, where the Utes of Utah, not as much on the line. They're kind of playing a little bit freer. USC minus 2.5 in this game, and they're looking to avenge that early season loss, and I think they have all of the capabilities to do so. This is a USC defense that, they allow a lot of yards, like a lot of yards, 400 plus per game. They allow 6.2 yards per play. When you look at those just baseline numbers, you don't think, wow, this is an elite level defense. But they have a plus 22 turnover differential. And when these two teams faced off earlier in the season, USC was able to turn over Utah. That didn't result in a win, but that is key to the way USC plays defense. They're going to let you move the ball up and down on them, and that's how they allow 400 plus yards a game. But they are going to turn you over. They're going to get the ball back for their offense, which is an extremely potent offense, 43 points per game, and they've done it all through Caleb Williams. They pass at an insane clip, 9.2 yards per attempt. They average over 320 yards per game. The Trojans' offense is one of the best, if not the best offense in the nation. Their defense, like we said, though, if we're looking at EPA, 103rd in the nation in EPA. You flip this game on its head. Utah, number 11 in the nation, plus 2.5 in this game. They come in with the 31st best defense in the nation, according to EPA, and the 19th best offense. This is a really good Utah school. Utah is 9-3 on the season, a couple losses here and there. And if they were able to kind of flip that on its head, this is a team that could be in USC's spot, playing for a shot at the college football playoff. And Utah's defense has finally figured something out over these last 3 weeks, absolutely stopping the run. They haven't allowed over 100 yards in a game the last 3 weeks. The last 3 weeks, they've allowed 22 yards, 67 yards, and 62 yards on the ground. And good news for Utah fans, Kyle Whittingham is 25-5 against the spread after allowing less than 125 rush yards per game in those 3 weeks. And that is one of our best rated betting angles for this game. I believe it's rated a 5. And I mean, it just goes to show that this Utah rush defense has figured it out. Utah, if they can keep that kind of consistency going in terms of dominating the trenches, not only are they going to slow down a USC rushing attack that averages 5.5 yards per carry, they're going to get into Caleb Williams' face and kind of make him have a little bit of happy feet, kind of collapse the pocket in on Caleb Williams and make him feel like he's under pressure, under duress for a majority of this game. When you see that a team is dominating the trenches the way Utah has been these last few weeks, it means so much more than slowing down the rush. It means they are getting to the quarterback. It means they're moving the pocket. It means they're getting hits on the quarterback. And sometimes those things don't show up in the box score, but man, are they so much more important than what the box score can tell you. Then you look at USC. I mean, there is everything on the line for USC in this game. I mean, they have to win to get in the college football playoff. Caleb Williams has to have a solid game in order to win the Heisman. He is extreme minus money right now, but you got to think if he comes out and throws 3 interceptions and the USC Trojans lose, He's not doing that. And then over on the other side, Max Duggan, we'll talk about the Big 12 championship in a bit. If Max Duggan goes out and throws 4 touchdowns, no interceptions for 500 yards, Max Duggan might be the Heisman winner, which will be really interesting to see how that's all going to shake out. If you look at drf.com, our power line likes Utah not only to cover, it likes Utah -8. Game Simulator number 1 likes Utah to win by 4. Game Simulator number 2 likes USC to win by 4. The line is 2.5, and the public is all over USC. 70% of the public on the Trojans, 84% of the public is on the Trojans to win this game and cover the 2.5 point spread. I think USC wins, but my best bet for this game is Utah plus 2.5. I think this is an extremely close, gutted out game. We saw what happened the first time these two teams met earlier in the season. It was a 43-42 win for Utah. And I think Utah knows how to beat USC. And they've shown over these last 3 weeks that they are dominating the trenches, and I love that. They're a more well-rounded team, 19th best offense in the nation according to expected points added, 31st best defense. USC, if they don't get turnovers, Utah's going to move the ball really well on them. USC did force a turnover when these two teams met earlier in the season, but I think Utah's going to figure it out, and they're going to move the ball well and take care of the rock. That's why I'm going Utah plus 2.5 in this game. I think this is going to be an instant classic. Tune in tonight, 8 p.m. It's going to be, I'm really excited for this game. Being played in Nevada, a nice neutral field showdown. USC, I'm putting them on upset alert. Money's on Utah. Sharps are on Utah. Public's on USC. Let's see which side comes away with the win.